I know the men will hate this one. I know they would hate it, but it works. Sisters, play hard to get. Don't make him a center of your life. You want to give him a challenge to uncover layers after layers of your character. Believe me, ladies, believe me, there is no harm in making him a little bit jealous. For you to be successfully chased by a man, you must understand that a woman written in mystery is worth a curiosity trip. And from time to time, you act like a damsel in distress. And show him that he's the first person you call whenever you're in trouble. In fact, let him feel like he just hit the jackpot when he meets you. Show him that you are used to guys checking you out all the time. I know the men will come for me, but trust me, men, you know it deep in your heart that you go for a woman who gives you a little bit of challenge. You know it. I'm here to give you 14 ways, proven ways to bewitch him and make him chase you. Now the question is, how do you get a guy to chase you? This is an ultimate question that every woman has had to ask at least once in her lifetime. What makes a man fall in love with you? How do you get every guy to eat out of the palm of your hands? See, when I was much younger, I didn't even know the answer. So I wandered around and around looking for clues here and there, years after years, and finally I unlocked the male mind. And luckily for you, I have decided to share this knowledge with the rest of you women in my world. And you know what the best part is? These tips and tricks work with literally every man in the world. So if you follow these tips that I would be given to you, I can guarantee you one thing. The man of your dreams will be on his knees in front of you. But you've just got to get out of your comfort zone and forget about your old dating patterns. Okay? Now, to get a guy to chase you, number one, you have got to live a life that he will be jealous of, ladies. This is as simple as breathing. If a man sees that you're satisfied with your own life, he will want to be a part of it. So what you need to do is have an amazing life with a lot of friends and families who support you no matter what you decide. He needs to see that you're living your life to the fullest and that you don't want to change it for anything in the world. That also means that you make a brand out of yourself by being a high value woman. And when you do so, he will fall head over heels in love with you, my darling. Because he likes the idea of being with a woman who works her ass off to be the best version of herself. Number two, try having a high love standard. Because listen, the most common mistake a lot of women make is that they lower their standards for the guy that they like. And oftentimes when you do this, this is what happens next. Once a guy sees that he doesn't have to put in effort to win you or to be around you, he will stop trying. After all, you're not going anywhere, no matter what he does or who he is or how he treats you. That's how the male mind works. He needs a challenge. And if you're not giving him that challenge, then you take away that excitement. So invariably, you need to raise your standards to actually catch a man's attention. And that's the truth, ladies. I kid you not. No man will chase a girl who is easy to get or who will accept any terms or condition in a relationship. You need to show him that if he wants to be with you, he needs to work his ass off to show you that he deserves you. Don't sell yourself short and don't let a man lead you on. The trick is to make him see you as a challenge. And don't worry, he won't run away when he sees that you have a high standard. Especially the real men. Real men will not run away from women who've got high standards. So instead, he will try hard to meet those standards. And that's exactly the type of guy you need around you. Number three, don't give him credit so easily. A man needs to, go the extra mile to seduce a woman he likes. So don't let him think that he already is your boyfriend just because he invited you to dinner or took you out on a new fancy date. Listen, ladies, the trick is not to give girlfriend privileges to the guy who hasn't made your relationship official yet. So if you two are just casually dating, please act that way and don't focus on him only. Listen, don't stop flirting with other guys if you haven't put a label on your romance. And I love what Tara J. Henson said on Steve Harvey's show recently. She said, if there is no ring on this finger, no one gets claimed. You don't get claimed until you claim me.
I'm a grown woman, so you're like dating and let's just see. Those days are over. If there's nothing on this finger, here, this finger's naked, no one gets claimed. You don't get claimed. You don't get claimed until you claim me.
And I love her for that. She's quite an old-fashioned lady. And I love me some old-fashioned principles. Because the moment a man sees that you've given him all of you on a silver platter right from the start, he will consider you caught. He already has everything he wants, so why would he bother trying hard to win you over? You've made it a lot easier for him. But if you want him to fall in love with you, don't let him all the way in the first time you see him, no matter how much you like him. Don't give him all of your love and energy unless you want him to take you for granted. Trust me. So show him that he has to invest in your relationship in order to get more from you. That way, he will fight for your love and for your attention. Number 4, I know the men will hate this one. I know they would hate it, but it works. Sisters, play hard to get. No matter what they say, all men like girls who are playing hard to get. I'm not saying that you should do it in a long-term relationship, but it's definitely the way to go at the beginning of your relationship. So you probably don't know it, but it's just a part of a male psychology. They will always choose a girl who is playing hard to get over the one who carries a heart on her sleeve right from the start. Believe me, ladies, believe me. Take, for instance, the movie series that's currently making waves, The Bridgerton. Miss Kate Sharma was the tough, intelligent, unconventional lady who tries looking for a perfect match for her sister. But her strong-willed character actually made, the Viscount fall in love with her. She was quite different from other girls who were easy to get. Now, if you're wondering how to make a man chase you or how to make him stop ignoring your text messages, don't reveal too much too soon. Yes, this applies to sleeping with him as well. Trust me, it's actually pretty simple to capture his undivided attention and make him want you all the way. All you've got to do is just ignore him for a while. First of all, postpone physical intimacy for some time. No matter how attracted you are to him, be certain that he will appreciate you more if he has to wait. When he sends you a text message, don't respond right away. Or you give him the impression that you've been waiting around your phone just for him to send you a message. Make him wait a little bit. Let him be a little bit anxious about your reply. Don't text him, and he will text you. Tell him you're busy when he tries to ask you out. The worst thing that you could do is to show him that he is your number one priority right from the start. He will get tired of you pretty soon, trust me. There is no harm in making him a little bit jealous. Make him wonder if he's the only man in your life. I know the men will come for me, but trust me, men, you know it deep in your heart that you go for a woman who gives you a little bit of challenge. You know it. That's how your psychology works. That's how the male psychology works. All right? Number 5, there is nothing more attractive than self-respect. Trust me on this one. There is nothing more sexier than a woman who respects herself. Of course, I'm not telling you to be an egomaniac, all right? And be all that proud and you speak to people down your nostrils, all right? All I'm saying is that you have to know your self-worth if you're wondering how to get a guy to chase you. Things are actually pretty simple. Men are taught by example, not by words. If a guy sees that you don't appreciate yourself, he will not treat you any differently. How can you expect him to love you if you don't love who you are? If you don't love yourself? Aren't you just showing him that you don't deserve love from anyone by how you don't love yourself? So how do you respect yourself? How do you respect yourself more? It is a proven fact that every guy likes a girl who is aware of all of her qualities and she puts herself in a first place. Men love women who never settle for less than what they truly deserve. So if you have a healthy relationship with yourself, it is likely that you would end up building a healthy relationship with a guy as well. The moment a guy feels that you don't respect yourself is the moment he will start walking all over you. And for starters, work on your communication skills. Talk to him like you believe in every word you're saying. Don't show that you're nervous or something like that. And also, don't get all surprised when he gives you a compliment or a present. Thank him, but act like that's what you truly deserve. Confident, you're a queen. Number 6, become a girlfriend material. Because there is no way that you will find the perfect boyfriend who has everything that you're looking for without investing in yourself first. I'm not saying that you should become flawless overnight, but you definitely must work on becoming the best possible version of yourself. Actually, you should try hard to become a high quality woman for your own sake in the first place, and not because you're looking to be chased by a man. Moreover, it will help you attract a high quality man as well. All right? And please, don't start this self-improvement when you've already met a guy. It's a journey that should go on regardless of your love life. It should be who you really are. But if you do become a successful, independent woman who knows what she wants from life, it's definitely sure that you will also become a girlfriend material that every man would want to have in their life. And in that case, every guy in the world will want to become a part of your life. And that's facts. That's facts. All right? Number 7, don't fall for his love bombing. I hate to generalize this, but you know how most men are. They act as if they're ready to do everything in the world for you until they get what they actually want. For some, it's your heart. Others, they just want to sleep with you. While some others are after your trust. Either way, the moment they try to get what they are after, they change their ways, or they just leave you standing alone in a cold. Suddenly, there is no more Mr. Nice Guy. That Mr. Nice Guy from the beginning, you can't find them. Now you're the one who has to beg them for attention. You're the one who is chasing him around. Now I have been there, and it's not a pleasant feeling for you to lose yourself. So the question is, how do you prevent this from happening? Well, if you want to keep him interested, don't take everything he says or does for granted. Now look, don't be paranoid and question his every move. That will just drive you crazy. But please, ladies, you've got to pay attention to the difference between genuine emotion and love bombing. Listen, love bombing may very well be the scariest thing that could happen to you while you're dating. Not only is it an extremely manipulative tactic used by narcissists, abusers, and con artists, but it's also very, very hard to detect and pick out as it's happening. It's an excessive show of attention and care and admiration with the intention of influencing your disposition towards them. Love bombing comes with an ulterior motive because it overshadows the real thing. It comes as real, but it's fake. So if he plans the future for the first time he sees you, if he starts to, put out pictures of two of you on his social media platforms right after the first date, or if he starts with a huge romantic gestures, even if you haven't met each other, just right away, he's probably deceiving you. All right. Number 8, emotional codependency is your arch enemy. I know we are all human beings. I know it is difficult for you to control your emotions. Trust me, I've been there, even when you know you should. It's one thing to fall in love with a guy, while becoming addicted to him is something else. So emotional codependency is the worst trap you could ever fall into. Trust me on this one. So if you're wondering how to get a guy to chase you, the answer is don't become too needy. I know you can't wait to have the next date with him, but don't let him see that. Don't let his text messages dictate your mood. Most importantly, never allow your potential breakup to become your biggest fear. Remember, you don't need the guy. You want him in your life. You want him to be a part of your life. Listen, ladies, a man cannot become a center of your life. If he sees that you've put him in first place, he will think that his mission is done and he will stop going for you. He will stop going after you. Okay? Don't make him a center of your life. And number 9, for you to be successfully chased by a man, you must understand that a woman written in mystery is worth a curiosity trip. All right? And this is what I mean. See, when you fall for a guy, you want to let him all the way in. You want to share your life with him. But sometimes that backfires against you. Being an open book is not so good when you first start a relationship. You want this man to be intrigued by your personality. You want to give him a challenge to uncover layers after layers of your character. And you can't do that if you put everything out there in the open. Now, trust me, I have made this mistake too often. And believe me, men are curious about mysterious women. It intrigues them. So if you act this way, he will put more effort into finding out more about you. He will be falling harder and harder for you without even realizing it. And that's exactly what you want. And listen, of course, this doesn't mean that you should keep important facts about your life away from him. But you don't have to talk about your most embarrassing moments either. And you know, just talking about this is really embarrassing for me because I have found myself wanting in this kind of mistake. And I have promised never to do it ever again. Never, because it never works. As a matter of fact, it drives them away when they know too much about you too soon. Number 10, wake up his hero instinct. Okay, this one will probably trigger many feminists out there, but here's the hard truth. You've got to make a guy feel in charge if you want him to chase you. And no, I am not telling you to become a submissive woman who listens to every of his orders, all right? That would just turn him off as well. I am just advising you to let him be the man. And the best way to do this is to awaken his hero instinct. You see, all men have the inborn need to protect the woman that they care for. And your man is no different. He wants you to see him as a knight in shining armor. He wants to be your savior, even though in reality, there is nothing you need saving from. But hey, let's keep the magic alive for them, all right? For their sake. So just imagine that you are in a fairy tale, and from time to time you act like a damsel in distress. Ask for his advice. Let him help you with little things, and show him that he's the first person you call whenever you're in trouble. He will appreciate the feeling he gets when he's with you, and he will chase you even more. Do you get what I mean? Number 11, let your confidence do the talking. Now, here is another proven fact. Men are addicted to girls with high levels of self-confidence. All right? To be fair, a confident person will always get more in life than an insecure person. So don't you ever dare think that you're not good enough for this guy. In fact, let him feel like he just hit the jackpot when he meets you. If you think that you're the best thing that could ever happen to him, he will start believing that as well. So here are some examples when he makes eye contacts with you. Don't look away like you're embarrassed. Show him that you are used to guys checking you out all the time. Don't be scared to awaken your flirty side. Talk to him in a seductive manner. Use open body language when he approaches you, and show him that you're not afraid of taking what you want. And again, please don't let your insecurities get in the way of winning the guy over. Confidence is sexy. Give them that confidence stance. Talk confidently, walk confidently, look him in the eyes, baby. Number 12, if you want him to chase you, then you always got to look your best. Well, there is no denying of the fact that sometimes I have caught myself saying that physical appearance doesn't matter. Well, I will have to disagree this time. Yes, there are other things more important than your looks, and that's the truth. When you're in a long-term relationship with someone, your personality and heart are what matters. All right, let's be honest for a bit here. You can be the kindest and sweetest girl ever in the world, but how can he ever know if he's never met you before? How can he see that you're a good girl who would love him like no other on the first date? Truth be told, he can't know that from the start. You've got to catch his attention with your looks. Your looks first speak before you open your mouth to speak. Number 13, keep your emotions in check. Now, if you're wondering how to get a man to chase you and want you badly, right? Here's a proven recipe. Learn how to control your emotions. And no, I'm not saying that you should pretend to be a heartless person, but don't be too open about your feelings. Let's be real. We human beings are strange sometimes. We tend to take for granted the ones who love us. And you don't want this to happen to you and with this guy. So if he sees that you are crazy about him, he will start to think that you won't stop loving him no matter what he does. You don't know him that well yet. So you can't be sure whether he would start using you once he notices that he's become your weakness. So be careful. Don't show him too much that when he's around, you get weak on the knees. Number 14, lastly, plus most importantly, if you want a man to chase you, then make sure to never chase him. Never. Read my lips. Never chase him. Never put yourself in the position where you're the one who is chasing him. Please be extra careful about this one, because tables can turn in a split second. Trust me. Have I ever lied to you? I can never lie to you. Some of these things are things that I've experienced, and I'm talking from experience. All right? So listen to me when I say pay attention to each one of these tips that I have given to you, and make sure he's not applying them on you. Because if he is, you're in big trouble. Remember, you're figuring out how to get him to chase you, not the other way around. So don't let him use reverse psychology, and don't let him trap you with his hot, cold games. And always have it in mind that you are the prize here. You're the prize. And to wrap it all up, I know all of this sounds like playing games. I cannot argue against that, honestly. As much as we all theoretically hate this childish behavior, these are the things you simply must do when you're wondering how to get a guy to chase you. And here is some good news, right? You won't have to play like this for too long. Soon enough, he will be all yours. And you will no longer have to calculate your every word or your every move. Until then, I say follow these tips, and I promise you, you will learn how to make a guy chase you in no time. All right? Thank you for watching. My name is Jane Lawrence, your love doctor. Bye for now.